Let's welcome in North Carolina Republican and member of the House Judiciary Committee, Mark Harris. Congressman, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I want to start with DHS funding. The president's executive order to keep paying DHS workers, including those TSA agents, is going to run out in a couple days, in just 2 days. Now, we know this reconciliation bill has been stalled by Republicans in the House after it was passed by Republicans in the Senate. It's looking like from the outside that Republicans are not able to get on the same page. Congressman, is that an accurate observation, or what else is at play here?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me today. I think we are making progress toward getting there. Just earlier this afternoon, after a yeoman's effort on the floor, we were able to pass the rule to be able to take up this funding bill that is being debated even now as we speak, and hopefully is going to be voted on later this afternoon or this evening. That's going to be important because, as you stated, the Democrats are just playing with the American public, and they are simply holding the American public hostage while they have shut down our Department of Homeland Security at a time where we just know that we're vulnerable. We have this conflict going on in the Middle East, and here we are defunding Homeland Security. And so the games that have been going back and forth, to your point earlier, the Senate weeks ago sent us over this bill in the middle of the night that basically defunded ICE and Border Patrol, and down to zero, and then was going to fund the rest of Department of Homeland Security. We said no way. So we sent a bill back, again, the multiple times that we have voted on a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security in its entirety, and we did it as a continuing resolution to give us till May 22nd to come to a conclusion. Well, the Senate didn't take action on that, but instead, with ping pong, sent us back a bill that this time basically was saying the same thing, however, did say that they wanted to do reconciliation, and they were going to do that with only Republican votes. And so, again, the Democrats are sitting it out. They're making Americans vulnerable by defunding Homeland Security. But thankfully, Republicans are stepping in. This is not the way we want to do it. It's not a great idea, I don't believe, to separate ICE and Border Patrol. But yet it's the hand we've been dealt at this point. And so we are probably going to vote later this evening to pass the budget resolution that will match up with the Senate's so that we'll be able to get started in this reconciliation with only Republican votes to make sure for the next 3 years we're going to take this out of their hands for September 30th, which would be their next opportunity to screw it up and shut the government down. And so that's where we are right now, Ike, and I'm hopeful we're going to move it later this evening.
Yeah, well, I'm hopeful now that I've heard you say that. That gives us some hope that progress is moving forward. It's interesting that the Senate, they pushed that defunding ICE bill to you all and then left town for 2 weeks, and things have sort of stalled since then. I was thinking about this on Saturday night during that assassination attempt, how there's never been a better time to fund DHS than yesterday, basically. I want to get your reaction to President Trump. He's doubling down on his demands for lawmakers to pass the Save America Act. He put this on Truth Social. America's elections are rigged, stolen, and a laughingstock all over the world. We're either going to fix them or we won't have a country any longer. We're just talking about proof of citizenship, no mail-in ballots. Is there anything unreasonable here? I mean, a lot of people want this bill to happen. I know you all in the House have already passed it, Congressman. What is it going to take for the Senate to finally do this? Because the Senate Majority Leader is acting like he's too busy with other bills like housing and otherwise to take it up. What do you think happens here?
Well, I don't know what happens here, but I will tell you, we have not only passed it, but we have been beating the drum over and over again to remind the Senate they can take this up. They can use a talking filibuster. They can take the floor. They can do whatever they need to do. But this is an 80% issue, Ike. This is something that, listen, Republicans and a large portion of Democrats recognize is something that we need, the Save America Act. And look, with all the things that we see happening, and my own state of North Carolina, our own state board of elections just revealed earlier this week that they have found 34,000 deceased people still on the voting rolls in North Carolina. So we've got a long ways to go in order to get to this election integrity, but nothing is any simpler than simply passing the Save America Act, and let's put it on the president's desk. And we've got to just continue to put that pressure there.
Yes, sir. Please keep the pressure on. The American people want the Save America Act, and if they don't get it, I don't know what the midterms will look like. It's that important, the future of our country. We've got to get it done. Congressman Mark Harris from North Carolina, thank you, sir, for being with us this afternoon.